A long time ago, Saturn was home to a moon, an icy world roughly 400 kilometers in diameter, made almost entirely of frozen water. But this moon had a tragic fate. Orbiting too close to Saturn, it fell victim to the planet's overwhelming gravitational pull. This moon's fate is the stuff of cosmic tragedy. Saturn's mighty gravity was just too much for it. And this didn't just lead to the moon's destruction, it likely set in motion the creation of one of the most incredible phenomena in our solar system, Saturn's iconic rings. At the heart of this cataclysmic event is a mysterious boundary called the Roche limit. This invisible line is where the force of Saturn's gravity is so strong that it can tear apart anything that dares to get too close. The moon, once a stable celestial body, was torn apart when it crossed this limit. The closer side of the moon felt the full brunt of Saturn's gravity, and that force was so immense, it literally ripped the moon to pieces, sending shattered chunks of ice into space. Experts believe that an icy moon ventured too close to Saturn, moving dangerously close or even crossing the Roche limit. The results were catastrophic. As Saturn's gravity pulled the moon apart, the ice that once formed a solid body shattered into pieces and began to orbit the planet. This debris quickly began to spread outward, forming what we now know as Saturn's beautiful and sprawling rings. The sheer size and scale of this transformation is mind-boggling. 17 trillion tons of ice scattering into space, turning into the majestic structure we see today. Imagine it. One of Saturn's moons, once whole, breaks apart under the pull of its parent planet's gravity. The ice from this shattered moon quickly spread out, moving so fast it encircled Saturn, gradually forming the rings we now gaze at in awe. The material, moving at such high speeds, rapidly created a disk so vast it could stretch across the size of Jupiter, though on average it's only about 10 meters thick. From the debris, chunks of ice the size of moons started orbiting in patterns, carving gaps between themselves and creating the rings we admire today. But here's where things get even more incredible. Cassini, NASA's spacecraft that had been orbiting Saturn for years, captured stunning images of the planet's rings. The pictures that Cassini returned were nothing short of breathtaking, far clearer than anything we had ever seen before. The spacecraft's instruments revealed Saturn's rings as a massive disk, wider than Jupiter, but shockingly thin. The precision of Cassini's images revealed an even more astonishing detail: how Saturn's rings were evolving right before our eyes. Chunks of ice, some as large as moons, orbiting in ways that clear gaps and divide the rings into separate structures. But Cassini didn't stop there. In an unprecedented move, the spacecraft captured images of the rings with the sun directly above them. This is where the real surprise lay. When we thought we had seen it all, Cassini uncovered an amazing new feature: vertical structures rising miles high from the rings. We were not prepared for this. These towering walls of ice and rubble were completely unexpected and added a new layer to our understanding of Saturn's dynamic ring system. For the first time, we were able to see Saturn's rings in all three dimensions, not just a flat two-dimensional picture, but an intricate living system of ice and rock moving through space. Picture this: you're flying through an endless expanse of glittering debris, the rings of Saturn stretching out before you. As you move forward, you suddenly encounter a massive wall of rubble rising 2 miles into the sky, an awe-inspiring sight. It's almost like something out of a science fiction movie, but it's real. The reality of Saturn's rings is even more extraordinary than we could have imagined. The vertical structures Cassini discovered give us a whole new perspective on how dynamic and alive this system truly is. What was once a small moon made of rock and ice, torn apart by the giant that is Saturn, has transformed into one of the most beautiful, awe-inspiring structures in the solar system. After more than a decade of Cassini orbiting Saturn and sending back invaluable data, our understanding of Saturn has deepened immeasurably. Cassini has shown us Saturn's rings in ways we could never have dreamed of before, revealing the planet's majestic beauty, hidden complexities, and dramatic history. But even as Cassini's mission has drawn to a close, the story of Saturn is far from over. There are still countless mysteries waiting to be uncovered. The rings, the moons, the mysteries of Saturn's interior. There's so much more to explore, and we are only scratching the surface. If you're captivated by the wonders of space and want to dive deeper into the mysteries of our solar system, subscribe and join us on this thrilling adventure of discovery.